everybody, good morning. Thank you for watching my channel. My name is Shara Crane. I just finished this banner and I'm going to share it with you guys before. I didn't put the ribbon on it because I usually put the ribbon on it, but then it's a little tricky to share. So I'm seeing how it is for me to show you one at a time this way without adding all the rope that connects it all. So here is one. For this one, I made a little shaker star right here. And there's a couple layers as usual. I used some of this. Again, I used it in every single one. I use this all the time. I just like the iridescent look and how it just adds a little bit of texture on there, and I really like the color. So I've been using it on pretty much all of my, whatever I make, I'm putting it on, it seems. Here is some enamel dots, this thicker. So all of this stuff, I'm pretty sure, except for the enamel dots, is from Paige Evans' Horizon collection. So I will link down below where you can get it if you have not already gotten it. It is very fun. It is very colorful. I rose this little bike. This is one of the stickers. You can see the puffy dots. I use the suitcases here. Again, I rush into making these videos so I don't forget to do the video while I have the light. And then I always see all the hot glue strands that I have to take off still. So here's one of them. Here's another one. For this one, I used a die cut from my stash. I showed on my Instagram account how I did this. It is a very, very slow process to get such a nice solid stitch around these little loops. So if you see, the die cuts it and then you fold it, it gives you little score lines and then it makes this like, I don't know, ribbon thing. But I very slowly put the foot down, pick my foot up, pick the presser foot, move the paper, put the presser foot down, tap the thing one time with my foot, pick up the presser foot, move the paper. It is literally a very slow process, but I used one last week on a banner that I made and it just didn't look the same. I really love the stitching. So of course I put the stitching. I added these back here. This thicker is not from that collection, and I don't think this is. These are Pink Paisley collections. This is the old one. I don't remember which one. And this, I think, is, I forget what it's called, the exercise one with the yoga girl. I think that's what that's from. But everything else is from the most recent collection. I made this shaker pocket. I'm sure by now you know, I always back my cards. I do 2 layers of the banner always because it just adds to me, it adds that extra little nice frame. So I will link for this one. I freehand you can cut this one by freehand also, but I used a die for this one. So this shape I used a die for, this one I freehanded. You can freehand both. I will link the die that I used. But like I said, you don't need a die. You can freehand both of them. I backed this with some of the ephemera, or the die cuts. I put a little piece of vellum here, and then I stitched and made this little banner with some of this tulle. So the tulle's a little tricky to stitch on when you get around to the corners. See how it kind of bunched a little bit here, but I still like the way it looks. So I stitched, instead of stitching it on the vellum, I stitched it on the tulle. I just thought it added a nice little change because I'm sitting on the floor. I just moved the hole. This is not a table. It's flooring. It's not my floor. I have one little section. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and I set it down just to show you guys when I do stuff, when I take pictures. So here's another one that I made. I raised this up with a bunch of, I was gonna say enamel dots, pop dots. This little plant is the thicker. This is one of the die cuts. This little table and chairs, it was hard for me to figure out how to use this because it's a very different die cut. But I made this little like city scene and I put it in the scene. Like you're having a little cup of coffee from the flower shop or back here. So I do like the way this turned out. This banner is not from this collection. I think this is from the one right before Horizon. And of course, I can't remember what it's called, but that's what this banner is from. Here is this one. This I made a little page flag for. And look at this itty bitty bow. I stitched this itty bitty 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 bow because I have to stitch everything. I can't help it. I did one bow without the stitching and it had so much texture, but it was very tedious. I mean, look how small it is. It's teeny tiny. This is my pinky, so it's very small. I added some dots. I stitched here. I use the I changed the size for this. So I shrunk. You could standard size, I don't know, looks like, I don't think I have anything on here with the regular size. This one possibly. No, this is even actually a little bit bigger. But see, this is even smaller. You just play with your sizes on your sewing machine. And if you're unsure, always test it out on a piece of paper first. And this is my favorite one. I have never made an SVG file before and stuck it onto a banner. So this is an actual 3D SVG file. The file makes a full hot air balloon, but I didn't want a full hot air balloon. I only wanted half. So I put together half of the hot air balloon. I cut this down and I just, look, I used scrap paper and then I just put it onto a flat piece of paper. So it gave me the 3D image, but it stayed together. If I didn't add that there, it wouldn't have stayed together. So I had to finish it off somehow. So I just glued it onto a piece of cardstock. So here is this one. I put some clouds also from the collection before, the colorful one with the crayons and the crafty supplies. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of it, but I am. So you guys, I will link where I'm sure you can still get this collection too. It's probably a little bit harder to find, but I will link that collection also. I used some stickers. I hand cut this little banner. Of course, am I in the frame? I hand stitched every single, not hand stitched, oh my gosh. I machine stitched every single little banner piece. So I put a little stitching down here. This is my banner. I'm sending it off to a super amazing recipient. I am so honored that she's going to hang it in her crafty space. I can't believe it. This whole crafting community is amazing. You guys are all amazing. I hope the lighting's okay. It looks like there's a shadow on there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for loving my projects. And just thank you. Just thank you. Okay, everybody. Bye.